Good morning, Zio here, and it's that time of week again where we go through what we talked about all the week. It's the Sunday gaming roundup where we go ahead and we just sort of quickly glance at the things that we talked about earlier this week, with all the links, of course, to everything in the description below. And of course, if you follow the links to those videos, you'll find the links to the sources and everything else to where we talked about things, as well as occasionally go ahead and talk about something else that I didn't get around to, didn't get a chance to, something that I didn't think I could sit there and talk that long about, but wanted to talk about it for a brief moment anyway, usually at the end of the video. So with all that, let's get into it, shall we? Now, first, if you've probably noticed, if you're one of the few subscribers I've got or something, you've come to the channel, you probably have noticed nothing's been actually uploaded in, I guess, around 8-9 days. I apologize. See, work has been kicking my arse pretty good. 12-day shifts, constantly, every day, except for Sunday. So I have been completely wiped out off the map, just dead. And between that and the flu hitting this household like the Black Plague, everything's just been kind of ground to a stop. Haven't had the energy to really do much of anything other than spend the 30 free minutes of free time I have had in the past several days playing The Witcher 3, because Koneko decided to buy that for me as an early Christmas present, early birthday present apparently, because that's coming up this week. But so I've been kind of addicted to that. So what few precious time I do have this week, I've been kind of stuck playing that because I've kind of gotten addicted to The Witcher. Who knew? Anyway, that hopefully will change this week. Of course, the hours are still going to be long. However, we are playing catch-up at this point. A lot of catch-up. Because so many things did happen this past week that I do want to talk about. So, stay tuned. I'm going to give my opinions on things because, naturally, you're probably not here for, hot news right as it, happens. I don't have that kind of time. This isn't my full-time gig or anything like that. So, but I'm here to give my opinion and my thoughts on things, which is what I really enjoy doing. So, let's go back to the previous week because we didn't get to do this last Sunday either. So we do have some things that we did talk about. First things first, of course, on Monday, we did talk about this new Pokemon-esque kind of game, Tim. It's going to be an MMO style type deal, monster creator, and it seems to be going decent right now. It recently opened, I think, early access or something, or beta or something like that. I'm not really sure. I can't remember at this moment. But it's been going all week. So, I went ahead and I've followed their Twitter account and been getting the alerts of when they've taken servers down to do different things and to fix major bugs that have cropped up during, the testing and the playing and stuff of other people. So, they've been working pretty hard, the team over there, getting this thing off the ground and doing good. And, it looks pretty good. It's not that bad. I mean, the graphic style just isn't my style, of course, but, if you want to know more about that, links are in the description down below, of course, for that. So let's move on. What else did we talk about? Oh, okay. We talked about Google Stadia. Google Stadia, and of course that video was, I guess, a bit on the facetious side at some points, a little hyperbolic, because it had been a while since I've really checked up on Google Stadia, but, there are people who are actively leaving Google Stadia. They are voicing their concerns on the Reddit and other stuff, where they are just dropping the system while other people are not. They're enjoying it. However, Stadia has done a lot about the latency issue and stuff, and in my opinion, so far, the best experience with Stadia is purely on a Pixel phone. Regardless of anything else, Chromecast, it's okay. It's not the best. Anything else, it's okay. It's not the best. And I still think that Xbox is doing it way better over there at Microsoft with their thing. However, on a Pixel phone, that is the best way to experience Google Stadia, but they are still having other issues where they've not released any other games, and for the most part, the gaming library is lacking quite a bit and has a lot of just older titles to it. But if you want to see what I said about that, of course, always down there below. Then we talked about Horizon Zero Dawn coming to the PC, and being the PC master race dude that I am, that's a good sign to me. I like seeing games come to the PC, although some games I just wish, they went about it a little bit differently, because, I'm a huge fan of Monster Hunter World now, but of course, it was like a year behind the console version, and that just... it hurt me so much because I wanted to play it so bad on the PC. But I do now, of course. And Horizon Zero Dawn is now also coming to the PC, and a lot of people were really, really upset about it, especially the PlayStation fans. And, I got it. I understand it, especially when it comes to exclusives, and then your exclusive is no longer exclusive. The feeling that has, I understand that. But, I really don't know what else to tell you. Pure and simple, it brings more people to the franchise, and it makes them, enjoy the franchise a lot more than normal, than, what standard would have been there. But, so, a lot of people were upset about that, but in my humble opinion, of course, I don't see this as a bad thing. It's not that bad at all. I personally would love to be able to just... if there's a game, I could find it on any platform, regardless of restrictions, and be able to play it. I think that would be the best way to go about it. This way, everybody can have their favorite hardware, and we can just, argue about whose hardware is better. I mean, PC's going to always win that argument, but all jokes aside, I do enjoy the PlayStation. I do enjoy the Xbox as well. I generally like Nintendo products too. And, the only way for me to enjoy Nintendo products, of course, is to buy the Nintendo, whatever it is that they've got currently, which is right now the Switch. So, there are exclusives and stuff still out there in the wild, and it's not a cohesive thing yet, but, maybe one day we'll be able to release Mario and pick it up on the PC or the Xbox or the PlayStation, providing they're still around at that point in time when that happens, and it be all hunky-dory. But, until then, I guess people are just gonna not like that idea at all. And then we talked about gambling. Not gambling per se. Well, yeah, gambling per se. We talked about loot boxes, surprise mechanics in the NHS, and we went over this for about 30 minutes worth of time. But, we talked for a good at length, on this whole subject of gambling, loot boxes, things like that, the NHS, and addiction and other things when it comes to gaming. And, you might want to go check that out. I think it was a pretty decent discussion, talk about it, just get my thoughts out there on the whole thing. Could be wrong, of course. Go check it out and tell me how bad it is. I mean, that's totally fine too, but that did happen. So, of course, the next day following that, Friday. We've made it to Friday. Anyway, we talked about Cyberpunk 2077 delays because the current gen consoles just could not handle, pretty much the graphics. And we talked about how this isn't too big of a deal. And I think since then, by the way, it has updated. I heard somewhere going around that they came out and said, no, don't worry. That's not why it's being delayed. And, my stance, of course, still remains the same. Whether that is the reason for the delay or not, it's no big deal. It's happened in the past. We've seen it with other countless games over the years where were coming out with a PC port and console ports all at the same time, gets delayed, and then when it hits the PC crowd is going, oh, whoa, wait a minute. This is not the game you showed off at E3, or this is not the game that you showed off the Xbox whatever. This is not what you promised us. And then, it comes out that they had to downgrade the graphics for current gen consoles as a result. They've even found the files for the more high-res textures still in the game for the PC ports and things. And people went ahead and just modded it, brought it up, and was like, all right, here we go, guys. This is what we really wanted. It's still in the game. No harm, no foul. Let's go ahead and get this working, and it looks much better than, the Xbox or the PlayStation's ports of said game. It happens all the time. It's not that big of a deal. It's just more, I guess, sort of a pain in the head, just a pain to deal with. When you're shown off one thing and then it turns out that's not what you're actually getting on the PC side of things, because you expect higher quality, better graphics over there on the PC. You're looking at your 1080, 60, or 4K nowadays. If you've got 4K capable and the game is made for 4K, you're expecting that sort of quality over there on the PC side of things. Much higher graphics, much better graphics than you would find on the consoles. And people can go ahead and try and defend that all day. They all day long, if you want to, but PC will beat the consoles hands down. I'm sorry. I'm not, well, I guess I am. Anyway, but again, like I said earlier, I believe everybody should be able to play on whatever console or system that they want to and be able to play any game for them. I think that would be like the perfect gaming world right there, where it didn't matter what you had. You can pick up Smash and play it on your PlayStation or, your Switch or your PC or whatever it is that you want to play it on, or you can pick up Final Fantasy and 7 and play it wherever and stuff like that. I think that would be the best way for gaming to go on. But and cross-platform, guys, seriously, Sony, we need everything cross-platform now. You need to work with everybody on that one. However, I don't really have anything else to talk to about right now, because like I said, I've been pretty out of it all week, just sort of dead to the world. So this is going to be the last thing we talk about. We are going to be playing catch up, of course, so there's that. But anyway, I guess that's all we're going to do today. Let me know what you think about anything down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.